Okay, folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by TrafalgarvCifu, who I don't think I got the pronunciation right, so he just asked me to call him Sifu. Hello, Poofer. I'd like to request, excuse me, Kusa and Spear, and then Sohaya with Nightmare Bringer, Yoki on Yoki, and then Baku with Nightmare Bringer. If you feel it's redundant, you can change it to whichever you prefer, Ippon and Kasha. Scroll the Damned is going to involve a purple Kukai. I think it's Naotora, Akechi, Mitsuhide. So it's that really frustrating human-based scroll. Now, I did change things up, but before I get into the Guardian Spirits, show you the weapons. Demon Horde Spear, Demon Horde Kusarigama. Sifu, I know you like to use corrupted weapons anyway. Feel free to use whatever corrupted weapons you like. I'm sure you'll probably have much more powerful anima-generating corrupted-based weapons than I have. But I just go with Grapple, which I find to be pretty handy. Now, when it comes to the Guardian Spirits, I know I talked about this probably like months ago to you, but I asked you a couple of questions involving what sort of things you like to use in supportive capacity. So I'm not using Sohaya, I'm using Nekomata, because if I'm not mistaken, you like using your Jutsu. If you're a fan of item cancels, specifically with feathers, or anything else with ninjutsu, then Nekomata is great, simply because you get an anima bonus for a ninjutsu hit. And this being a feral core, it won't be too bad. Not to mention, we get a bunch of extra bonuses, which are just fantastic. Extended burst counter feral, bonus damage to all feral cores, which you can see the ones that I'm using. And let's just get on to the cores that I'm using and why. So given that the enemies I'm going to be fighting later are all human opponents, and many of them like to block, Ancient Nyotengu is going to be absolutely perfect to deal with them. Feel free to boost the rank up if you so please, but all things considered, it's not that important. Most important thing for me was the Yokai ability, Keep Pulse. Next core is Aberrant Soldier, which I would strongly recommend to get to rank 30. I did not, and it does help to have this anima bonus go up to like 2.6, and it makes a big difference against many human enemies. And even then, there are just going to be moments where you block and you happen to do a timely guard when you didn't intend to, and you get a bunch of anima as a result. Also, efficient yokai abilities is always nice. Next, we have Nurikabe, which does work really well against human opponents as well. It's still really good against the yokai too, and not to mention it can cost as little as 2 anima, and if you're feeling risky, you can go for the full 6 anima version, which feels very great. And you have a lot of area potential. It's just, in all things considered, a very solid core to use, and you'll see how that comes about. I was fortunate to get anima bonus corrupted enemy, but if I know you well enough, you're probably going to have crazy soul cores min-maxed as you want, so I don't need to get too much in depth about that. Now for the secondary Guardian Spirits, this one was a bit more specific. So Baku is specifically what you asked for. I think I've seen you have Nightmare Bringer soul cores, which are far crazier than the one that I have. You're probably going to get stuff like Sentience Charge and everything anyway. You probably are going to want to rank this up since you are using corrupted weapons, and there is amazing support for this. I was able to get anima bonus corrupted enemy, but again, I'm sure you'll have something crazier than that anyway. Next, I actually swapped out and I'm not using Ippon or Kasha. I find those two soul cores to perform overall very poorly against human opponents, especially when they block. And many of the enemies I will be fighting do block. So if you want to switch some stuff out, feel free to, but I figured I would give you things that would kind of make life easier against humans. Yomi is fantastic. One of the soul core types I noticed that you kind of missed was a gap closer, and since I know you like inflicting confusion, Yomi is going to be great. And I was kind of fortunate with the bonus, but I'm sure you'll have a better bonus than I have. Feel free to rank this one up if you'd like. I didn't really go all in on this. Last but not least, so we have Yoki. Yoki and Ippon share very similar territory. Yoki is much more of a damage dealer, costs less, and there are other benefits you can have with Yoki as opposed to Ippon. Ippon is not that great against humans, especially if they block, and even if it does hit them, you'll get a final blow, which is 7 anima for a final blow, in my opinion, is woefully inefficient. Yoki, even if it does get the grapple animation, great. It's nice for some breathing room, but it's just overall, in my opinion, very powerful. So I kept that. I'm not using Ongyoki, I'm not using Ippon or Kasha, and I think, in all honesty, this setup will allow you to really push the limits of what's possible with Spear and Kusarigama. But before I get on to that, let's just showcase what's possible in Yokai Shift. Alright, Yokai Shift time, let's get right into it. Now, one other soul core I was considering using was Oni B. However, I just felt that given that we have elemental application already, we're probably not going to need it. So that's why Aberrant Soldier is going to be so awesome. So let me show you some opening combos. I was trying to do one there. So usually, this works pretty handy. Stuff like that can always be nice. And then anytime you need to, you can use Aberrant Soldier to quick charge a whole bunch of things. And it can be really spiffy. And Yokai Shift and Feral is pretty damn awesome. And there's a lot of potential with it. And if you use Jutsu cancels, which I believe you do, it can be extra crazy. So yeah, enjoy that when you can. I don't have any feathers, I think you use them. Not to mention, having a target with lightning on it can be extra devastating. There is a surprising amount of area of effect potential you have, especially if you mix in Jutsu. Because the thing is, when you use Jutsu and Yokai Shift, in case you weren't aware, you'll actually get anima bonuses courtesy of the anima bonus on ninjutsu hit. Now this will help you fill up some charges to use your yokai abilities, so you'll be surprised how powerful this can be, especially with jutsu supports. But let's get on to Baku. Baku is a real powerhouse with this setup, especially with Nightmare Bringer. There is so much ridiculous support for it. And here, I'll just show you some things that you can do. Getting grabbed is not one of them, whatever. I mean, you basically have quad elemental stuff. It's pretty ridiculous. Targets usually will die. Oh, come on. Well, he still died. So yeah, it can be very devastating. This is a massive powerhouse. Oh, come on. I can't even Fang Break. Whatever, dude. There's so much ridiculous potential possible. So yeah, definitely want to push the confusion angle as much as you can, take advantage of further area of effect properties. You can basically get at least 2 elements off with, you can probably just get 4 of them off, and Nightmare Bringer probably will allow me to kill this guy with relative ease. So yeah. So I would say in general, Brute Form is your super damage dealer. Alright, there's a lot you can do. So enjoy all the crazy area damage that you have, and kind of likewise do the same thing when you're in Feral and take advantage of Jutsu while you use it. So, you know, stuff like this. I mean, you'll use feathers and stuff like that. So it should be pretty rad. Just to give you some ideas. So yeah, definitely have a lot of fun with it, and you'll see how it works out when I get to battling enemies. But let's get on to weapon-based gameplay. Alright, weapon-based gameplay time. This is what I imagine you're going to have the most difficulty with. These weapons can be relatively awkward, so it's kind of important to understand how to play with them kind of well. So that's where the soul cores really can come in handy. I would say one of the most reliable parries that you're going to have is simply going to be Bracing Breeze against humans. Oh, dead? Just about dead. So yeah, the Kusarigama parry will be nice, but it can be kind of difficult to do that. I find that the spear parry, Bracing Breeze, is extra helpful. It gives you a lot of time to set things up as well. While Nightmare Bringer didn't hit that much in this scenario, there'll be many moments in which you can capitalize on it, which will feel extra spicy. Here's some cool grapple combos that you can do. I don't know if this target's gonna survive. Yeah. Alright, let me show you a Kusarigama out of key punish you can use against enemies, humans. Alright, let's go. And I just like doing that. Alright, so here's my punish. Kusa grapple. Into Yoki. Boom! Pretty awesome. I'll show that once again. Really? I missed that? Okay. So let me break that down again. Alright, so let's get him out of key first. That's not what I had in mind. Alright, so let's grapple him. Quickly, get behind him, black finds. Ah, I screwed that up there. Alright, one more time. Okay, I'm just gonna deplete your key, dude. Alright, should be out now. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Grapple him. As he's falling down, black vines, and then you can go for a Yoki. You can replace that with all sorts of other cores, so you could even use, say, Aberrant Soldier if you really want. Or maybe even Nurikabe, which I will do in a moment. Alright. Full-blown Nurikabe. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, mix that up. So grapple, and then pull them back with black vines and do a yokai ability. It'll be pretty rad. So let's show you some other things that you can do. One thing I love doing is simply initiating with Deadly Mark into Renegade Dragon. It's just a personal favorite combo of mine. You can do some pretty crazy things. Oh, I'm gonna miss this, aren't I? Darn it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, when you switch weapons with a flash attack, I would generally advise just doing a brute counter, or even if you do things like Flying Monkey, just anything that basically doesn't have a key pulse attached to it, feel free to use the brute counter afterwards for some seamless combos. It's pretty nice. I would say I was surprised by how often I could pull off using a Nightmare Bringer, given how much anima generation is possible. Alright, I gotta do more weapon-based stuff though, so you can kind of get a taste for what can happen. Alright, I got an idea. Alright, Wild Spear. It's pretty fun. This is definitely pretty fun. Let's show you a few more things, because I know I take like forever in the scroll, because it's just kind of difficult to do. Alright, what do we got? I'm even using Wild Spear. Nice. Gotcha. Alright, maybe one more thing with Kusarigama, and then we'll get onto the scroll, because it does take me a while to beat it. Other ideas. Yeah, I do like Renegade Dragon a lot. Oh, I want more Kusarigama play. Alright, let's do some just normal pull combos that might help. Kinda nice, huh? Oops. Oops! Boom. Yeah, just some ideas there. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time here because I know I take forever in the gameplay showcase, so let's get on to that. Now we'll see you guys in a bit. Here we go! Alright, let's put this to the test, Cifu. So just as you wanted, I'm doing the Scroll of the Damned. I think I've shown this to you before off stream, but you're going to see how all this stuff really works here. And I know with your build and your setup, you're going to be able to do crazier combos and crazier damage potential than I can, especially when you use ninjutsu. Alright, let's go Nurikabe. Help me get all that ki off. Very nice. I wasn't able to get a grapple, but I'm not too worried. I was trying to do Bracing Breeze, but he was just being so passive. It was just kind of throwing me off. Alright, sweet. Let's see what combo I can do. I got enough anima for a Yoki. Can I get away with it? Yes! Nice! Excellent. Alright, let's just put on some more pressure. Got him corrupted. I do have to be on the lookout for some skeletons who will just be in the thick of things. Come on! Attack, man! Dude just didn't want to attack, so I'm like, alright, fine. Twisting Spear. Nice. Let's knock you down. Let's get some stab, keep that curse off, use Tornado. Like, this guy's just block, 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 passive play, so whatever. He's gonna get Confusion Bombed. Nice. Excellent. I have enough anima. Maybe Nightmare Bringer? Maybe? That's what I would do. Alright, let's use it now. We've got enemies nearby, so Nightmare Bringer's gonna work well. I decide to use Windmill because I just think it looks kind of cool. Half the stuff I do is just because I think it looks cool, no other reason. Alright, let's go. Nyotengu, not the best hit just because of elevation, but it is what it is. Alright, Fatal Thrust, almost dead. Nurikabe to finish it off. Sweet. Alright, let's kill the other skeleton. Let's go. Alright, we got the weak sauce thing. Oh, come on. Darn it with your hitboxes. Alright, let's use Aberrant Soldier, and then let's go back in, kill the skeleton. No big deal from here. Alright, come on. Die. Alright, you're dead. Okay, sweet. Pick up the loot. It's too much shiny. So what's next? Oh yay, another blocking human opponent. So I'm trying to get the timely guards off, which can be extra handy. Nyotengu, help me do Nyotengu things. If all 3 Nyotengus had hit, she would have run out of ki, but that just wasn't in the cards. So now I've just got to pressure her as much as I can, and I'm trying to dispel that curse. This enemy is really not a threat, it's just block for days and days. So I just need to make sure to keep the action going. Like so, feels pretty good. Alright, and what's next? We're gonna block more? Yep, she's gonna block more. So I am trying to combo as much as I can. If I had more anima, it'd be nice, but it's really difficult to get anima against an opponent who just pretty much non-stop blocks, because you're not dealing any damage. God dang it. So yeah, I don't like the scrolls just because of the enemies before Kukai. I don't actually mind purple Kukai as much as you might think. It's just enemies like this who just block for days. So I get frustrated and I'm trying to use Yokai Shift, and it didn't work out that well, so now I'm just like, alright, I just need to make sure to go all out. Now in scenarios like this for you, Cifu, if you use ninjutsu cancels or just ninjutsu in general, you won't have as much difficulty whatsoever. And so now I'm trying to put as much pressure as possible so I can make sure to kick her butt. Alright, come on, get the final blow. Almost. Alright, come on. Ah, Nurikabe! Do things! Alright, we got another little weakling human. Probably use Nyotengu, would be a good moment to do so. I was debating using some of my Hayabusa ninjutsu, but I just decided against it. Alright, Nurikabe, come on! Aww. Alright, well, even with Yokai Shift, she just blocked through everything, which is very frustrating. And yeah, that sucks. So it is what it is, and I just have to keep the constant pressure going. This is where, again, ninjutsu would help a lot. Using other tools. Heck, even just shooting her in the face with a cannon would be awesome too. Getting her confused, doing zero ki combos is going to be very good for an enemy like this. So yeah, confusion helps a lot. I'm very close to taking her out, and so I think, yep, there we go, she's dead. Alright, but it's not over yet. We still got some really annoying enemies, and it's not this guy. Come on. Oh, nice. Got the burst counter. But it's going to be Akechi Mitsuhide, who is very frustrating. So when we get to him, the main thing we got to do is just same thing as with any human opponent that really is frustrating. Zero ki combo and do some confusion and just non-stop do ki damaging moves, and then they just won't be able to deal with you whatsoever. Alright. I think he's about to pop up now. There he is. I am very wary of Sloth. It looks like Yomi's lightning range is awesome. Great. Alright, I need to be very careful. Oh boy, thank God for lightning. Alright, what's he doing next? He's doing a burst attack. It's just sort of meditation. I can avoid it since he's slowed down. I'm trying to get him confused. And again, I'm right now a little starved with anima. If you use ninjutsu, you won't have that much trouble dealing with that because Nekomata gives so much anima back. It's fantastic. Alright, let's get a sweet grapple. Let's get some extra anima back. And let's keep some pressure going. I think I'm probably going to use Nyotengu. Yeah, get some distance, Nyotengu it up. Fatal Thrust, let's get some sweet anima back. Nice. Excellent. Nurikabe doing some great work. Doing a lot of ki damage, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm feeling pretty good with how things are going. So let's just keep the pressure up. Confusion once again. Notice the strategy pretty much is always the same anytime I'm dealing with very frustrating human opponents. And if you have ninjutsu, you have access to other elements, it can only get better from here. Alright, Yoki, nice. And now, last but not least, we have Kukai. So after all of that, we've got a purple Kukai. So it is going to take me a while here because getting a rhythm against Kukai is so essential, and I have a lot of difficulty when I use Spear and Kusarigama together. Not to mention, it's a purple Kukai. And Kusarigama with elevation can be awkward to use on top of that. I was trying to get timely guards. I just kept messing up, just straight up. I kept messing up, and I just couldn't like swing the fight in my favor. So I'm being cautious because I don't want to do this over and over and over again. Because as you can imagine, those enemies beforehand would be very frustrating. And then yeah, sometimes I'm able to really work on Kukai very well. Other times I have a lot of difficulty. So hopefully at the very least, this can kind of show you what can happen when things don't necessarily go your way. Alright, let's get some Fatal Thrust. I need to generate some ki and anima, so let's see how I can do that. I was hoping to do that with Aberrant Soldier with a lot of timely guards. And then once I realized that I just wasn't going to be able to use the Kusarigama too effectively, like I'm trying to parry him with it, but I just wasn't able to do it. So I then think that's when I switch over to the Spear and just go for Bracing Breeze because it's just so much safer for me. Like I'm desperately trying to timely guard him. I just was not able to do it today. It just, things were not working out, so it just takes a lot longer to fight him than I would have liked. I'm able to do some pretty interesting combos, but for the most part, I'm just not able to get to that rhythm. Like, he's nearly killed me several times, so there's a lot of frustration I have. Alright, sweet. Now we get the knockdown. Let's see if I can get the final blow. Nope, not quite. So, alright, let's switch. When am I going to switch over to spear? That's what I want to know. Alright, come on. Oh, so close on the key depletion. Okay, excellent. Alright, at least we got a little breathing room. That is good. Now let's pull him in, and then I decide to use Nightmare Bringer in the hopes that I can confuse him. I do. Oh boy, got that another burst counter off, which helps. Alright, he is switching over to phase 2. Goodbye all the debuffs I kind of worked hard to get. Now I think I'm going to use Bracing Breeze a lot, which I think will come in, like, is just really handy in this fight. Alright, can I knock him down? Yes, excellent. Twisting Spear combos are great. Alright, so now I'm going to try to pick up the pace in this fight, but I do still think I'm going to have some difficulty because his split staff's going to hit a lot, and things aren't going to get any easier in phase 3. It's just, you know, the nature of the fight. Kukai is very difficult for a reason, and I understand that's why you requested it, especially with Spear Kusarigama. Oh, come on! Come on! Oh no, I meant to do Renegade Dragon! That felt pretty bad. Alright, half health done. But yeah, like, in terms of the actual fight, Kukai isn't the craziest. It is just really important for you to play on point. Once you can get into a good rhythm with him, and you kind of understand how his moves work, it's really not that bad of a fight. I'd much rather fight this guy than Saito Toshimitsu any day of the week, because at least this guy fights and doesn't just block spam like Saito does. Alright, let's see what else we got. Let's keep it going. When can I get his key down? I'm just very reluctant because I haven't really succeeded with any of my parries. Alright, oh, gotta avoid that counterattack. Alright, Nurikabe doing some great work here. Excellent, doing a good amount of damage. I'm probably going to try to nuke him in Yokai Shift just because I'm having a little bit more difficulty. Okay, excellent. Bracing Breeze. I wish I had used the Kusarigama parry there, but I had Spear, so why not just do Bracing Breeze? Alright, let's go. More Water Wheel. I'm running low on ki. I need to be very careful so he doesn't deplete all my ki. He's in big threat mode. He's got the curse on, and he can regenerate a lot of health, so I just gotta be very careful, especially as we move on to phase 3. Gosh, I wish I had nailed a whole bunch of Kusarigama parries, just not today. Alright, sweet. Let's get him down, get a final blow. Excellent. Alright, we're getting very close to phase 3 now. But as long as if I can establish a rhythm, finally, Kusarigama parry. That's all I wanted for the last several minutes, man. That's all I wanted. But as long as I can keep stuff like that up, things will get a lot better. Oh, phase 3 time, here we go. Oh boy, permanent hyper armor, let's go. So this is very scary for me because, again, if I die now, I gotta do everything all over again. I realize that he's gonna be pretty low on ki, so I'm gonna definitely take advantage of this with Yokai Shift. Excellent, perfect time to go for it. Let's just nuke him as quickly as possible. Let's do all my super power plays. Paralysis is working great on him, knocking him down, doing a whole host of damage. Let's waste him. Get out of here, Kukai, you took too much of my time. Whew, that was crazy. So yeah, Yokai Shift finisher felt very satisfying. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable and helpful, and I will see you guys, of course, next time.